Dominant quarterbacks are a key focus in the NFL. Currently, there is one name that stands out: Josh Allen, a young man who began his journey as a farmer, working with his father, became one of the most recognizable and important faces in the league. Its history. It is not only that of an athlete who has overcome many obstacles, but also that of a tireless leader that has led the Buffalo Bills to America's football elite. How did he do it? What challenges did you encounter? To reach the top, stay with us. Today we will share a story about this boy, transformed into an enduring legend of American football. The story begins on one farm of just over 1,200 hectares in Faribault Village, California, born on May 21st, 1996 in sunny California. Josh No grew up in an environment conducive to playing American football. Faribault was a quaint farming community consisting of just 8,600 inhabitants. Thus, the family business has been thriving for many decades, cultivating both melons and cotton on his family farm. From childhood, he supported and looked up to his father as a role model. Thanks to this environment without many distractions, Josh cultivated a strong work ethic and huge family ties. This significantly impacted his career. Since he was a child, Josh demonstrated his athletic abilities, although it was not the monster it is now. It was in high school where he began to stand out significantly and grow both mentally and physically stronger, with one impressive height and one strong arm power that few could match. He successfully earned a coveted spot on the prestigious Bohal football team. In his youth, however, his statistics were not those of a future phenomenon. He was more focused on helping his father on the farm, in addition to playing other sports like baseball, basketball, as well as swimming activities. In the final years of his high school education, his outstanding performance on the field improved exponentially, and began to consider the idea of playing in college and get a sports scholarship. With Josh at the helm, his high school managed to defeat its rival school, Mendota, for the first time in many years. And in his last year, he threw 33 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions, the all-time record of his school. He graduated from high school with 5,200 passing yards y 59 touchdowns. Faribault High even officially retired his jersey number, despite transforming his school of being terrible at American football to become a great rival. And get these numbers, it was not enough to attract the attention of universities. In fact, Josh Allen surprisingly didn't receive many scholarship offers during high school. Scouts looked at his potential, but they also saw many areas for improvement. Besides, that there were not many well-regarded rival schools available, your lack of experience prevented him from reaching the big leagues. Josh did not receive any offers from the first division, college football, despite sending numerous emails over time, selling themselves and trying to convince recruiters. The very first university coach who saw how special Allen was, it was Ernie Rodriguez from Ridley College. Type of university programs, they last only 2 years. And its main objective is to prepare students to gain admission to a top-tier university. Joining and becoming a valued member of the Ridley College Tigers, continuing to increase in size and weight, he finally got his chance as a starting quarterback, filled with confidence. He taught everyone. In just his very first 10 games as a starting player, he had already accumulated an impressive total of 2,055 passing yards and thrown 26 touchdowns. Ridley ranked 9th among technical universities in American football. Josh felt ready to migrate to the big leagues, but I didn't receive any offers. Therefore, had to continue sending emails to many universities, like Alabama, a fresh new state, his favorite sports team, etc., but only achieved success with Easter in Michigan and Wyoming. In fact, when he was rejected by Fresno State, a thinner and smaller quarterback, Allen sent them one email referring to him saying, "Really 1.86?" To which they only replied, "Yes, we already have our chosen player. Good luck to everyone." Josh decided on the Cowies from the University of Wyoming, one university that is not known for being a power in American football. In its first season, in 2015, he was a substitute once the starting quarterback suffered an injury. First part of the season, had the opportunity to shine, but unfortunately, he couldn't do it. In one offensive run, George Allen fractured his collarbone in more than 7 places, frustratingly crushing his illusion. The subsequent season of the year 2016, Josh demonstrated to everyone how he learned new skills and matured football-wise from that hard injury, throwing for a total of 3,203 passing yards and an impressive 36 touchdown passes. Led Wyoming to its conference final, suffered a defeat, losing by a score of 27 to San Diego State. Despite that, Allen made it abundantly clear that his arm was unmatched. His power to throw long balls, his mobility and his ability to improvise on the field, they made it one quarterback hard to ignore, and catapulted himself onto the NFL radar, something that seemed unthinkable just a couple of years before. However, not everything was entirely easy. Josh made a lot of mistakes and took a lot of risks, finishing his illustrious career with a total of 5,066 passing yards, 44 touchdown passes, 756 rushing yards, and an impressive 12 touchdowns scored on the ground, 21 interceptions, and one low percentage of passes completed with 56.2%. Doubts about his pressure and his level of competition, because of the absence of any strong rivals in the first division, were constant. Experts were engaged in a heated debate over whether it was truly cholera or not, back of elite, or if he was only playing in one minor conference. However, Allen clearly proved that he truly had the heart and the skills he had learned from his father in his childhood and youth to face any challenge, which is why he decided to declare for the NFL draft in. The crucial moment has finally arrived. It is the NFL draft. Many teams had already started to entirely rule out the possibility of drafting Allen due to his lack of precision in his throws and his lack of experience against top-level defenses. But the Buffalo Bills, who had not had one field marshal star in years, they ultimately decided to take a significant risk with the 7th overall pick. The Buffalo Bills selected Josh Allen. Many were surprised, but the Bills' decision was undeniably clear. They were looking for one quarterback, potential for one-star rating, and they were not wrong. Josh's initial journey in the NFL was quite challenging and difficult. In its first season, faced the league's strong defensive competition, and although he showed glimpses of what he could do, he also made mistakes. His impressive passing accuracy remained a lively topic of ongoing discussion, and a multitude of followers began to wonder if it truly could potentially lead the Bills to the very top. His first season in 2018 finished with 2,074 passing yards, 10 touchdowns por pass, 8 touchdowns, rushing 12 interceptions, and only a low percentage of just 52.8% of all attempted passes were completed. However, there was only one clear way to move forward, and it was up. In his second year, his confidence grew, and so did his accuracy. Josh Allen became the very first leader for the Bills team, leading them to playoffs for the first time in many years. From there, his rise was unstoppable. Its third season in 2020, historic event number 1, forming an exceptional duo with standout star receiver Steven Dix on the team. He threw for 4,544 yards through the air, successfully scored 37 touchdowns by passing, 8 touchdowns by land, and a remarkable pass completion percentage of 69.2%. It's crazy. This was just a typical routine in the upcoming seasons. Hale not only recording those numbers, but also leading the team and transforming the Bills franchise, transforming from a second-place team into one of the very best squads in the NFL. Today, Josh Allen is a talented quarterback widely recognized for his incredibly powerful arm, his remarkable ability to improvise, and his unyielding winning mentality. In 2020, he successfully led the Buffalo team, Bills, to their first division title in 25 years. And in 2021, he was just one step away from reaching the prestigious Super Bowl, losing to Kansas City in a thrilling classic match. What really makes someone special? Your skill in effectively leading your team is essential in the most difficult moments. Be an unconditional support for your colleagues, and the agility and intelligence that it possesses. Despite being such a tall and heavy guy, he manages to impress each season. Josh Allen proves that his story is not just the one talented quarterback, but that of one man who exceeded expectations and who never allowed criticism to deter him. Today, Buffalo has in it one of the most dangerous and highly skilled quarterbacks in the entire NFL. This final season of the year 2025, recording very high statistics and successfully leading the Bills to the playoffs. There is already debate about who will take the MVP if either Lamar Jackson or Saquon Barkley are taken out of the game. Who do you think will win? Put it in the comments. From one unknown boy in a small town, a one-star in the NFL, Josh Allen has made significant progress over time. His story is one of hard work, determination, and overcoming. But the most impressive thing is that at the young age of just 28 years old, Your journey is far from over. How far will it ultimately go? Only time will truly tell. But one thing is certain, Josh Allen is here to stay.